Hey, Facebook, Attorney Tim Anderson here. Today's Saturday, and we have a lot to cover today. I'm going to make multiple videos this afternoon to get you up to speed with what's been going on in Richmond. Not going to clump them all into one video. It's just easier when we do it this way, especially as we are loading it up to our YouTube page. And to speak of that, if you are interested in a particular subject, you can go to YouTube, the Virginia Law Office channel, and every video that we've made is on there. So you can go on there and you can search how SB 16, for instance, and it'll pull up the video that we've made on that. So YouTube channel is excellent. We're going to keep everything there for searchable purposes. That's why we're going to make multiple videos today. Before we get started, I just got off the phone with Daniel Gade, and I see I mistyped his name here in the section. I'm going to fix that right away. But Daniel Gade is at the Richmond Gun Show today, and he needs help. If you live anywhere near Richmond, get out to the gun show and go see Daniel Gade and help him at his booth. There are so many people there that can engage. He needs people there. So if you are near Richmond, get to the gun show, find his booth, and go give a brother a hand. This is a guy who lost his leg fighting for your freedom. You can spend a Saturday and maybe a Sunday going out there and helping him get signatures. So if you're near Richmond, get out there right now and watch this video later. Okay, so I'm going to cover two bills right now. I'm going to talk about 426 and House Bill 355. Now, I don't know if I can do this. Doesn't look like I can. All right, so House Bill 426. Basically, what that is going to make is it's going to make it illegal to have rifles and shotguns in certain public locations. Now, when we're talking about 426 in the context of what it is, 426 is amending a current law that already exists in Virginia. So this is a law that has been on the books for quite a while and prohibits certain firearms from being carried in public places in certain counties and cities. Now, most of those things are high capacity magazines and silencers and firearms with folding stocks and things like that. And so what this bill proposes to do is, in addition to all of those firearms, it wants to add shotguns or rifles. Now, it doesn't matter how many capacities of magazines that these guns may have or the tubes would hold. It wants to add shotguns and rifles to the code section, and that code section is 18.2 287.4. All right, so if you're interested in 426, that's that. Now, House Bill 355 is another universal background check bill. Now, I know a lot of you don't like my approach of trying to soften these legislatures up. And I know a lot of you would like to say, no laws, no infringement. I get that. But for me, when Democrats are going to make laws, and those laws are going to be generational, meaning they're going to last until we can get Republicans back in office, which could be quite a while, I would rather have softer bills come down. I don't think there should be any laws. Don't go off a tyrant, the tangent calling me some, sellout. But here's why 355 is better than what was initially proposed. Go to my Virginia Law Office page and check in Senate Bill 70. Now, Senate Bill 70 was pre-filed right in the beginning of the legislative session. And Senate Bill 70 is a universal background check. The difference between House Bill 355 and Senate Bill 70 is that Senate Bill 70 would purport to make people felons for violating the rules. In 355, it's going to make people committing a crime as a misdemeanor. So this is basically between private sellers, one person selling a gun to another. They're going to have to get a background check under the universal background check. So currently, if I have a gun and I want to sell that gun to my neighbor, I can do that without him having to get a background check. What universal background checks say is that if I'm going to sell a gun to my neighbor, he has to get a background check. All right. before I can transfer that, which means I've got to loop in a gun shop or something like that into that equation. That's what universal background checks are basically saying. The difference between 355 and the earlier bill, Senate Bill 70, is 355 makes it just a misdemeanor to violate the law, whereas Senate Bill 70 made it a felony. So what we're seeing is they're softening up. Now, for me, if laws are going to pass, I would rather them be softer than harder. And I have, at day one, watch every video I've made, I have said, engage your government. Talk to these people. Tell them they're going, you don't agree with these things. And what we're seeing is that the Democrats are proposing softer bills. Now they're going to pass these rules, okay, and that's going to happen, and then we can challenge them, and that's going to happen. But we are seeing now that the Democrats, instead of saying you're a felon, now you're just a misdemeanor. This is a misdemeanor conviction. That's still a big deal, and I have lots of issues with that in and of itself. But it's softer, and it is at least moving in the right direction. And hopefully we will see more bills come out and will be even softer than this, and will maybe not make people criminals at all. I'd rather it just personally, if it's going to pass, I'd rather it personally just be some kind of a fine that you'd have to pay. Calling people criminals, telling them they're going to have to go to jail, that's a big thing. So that is House Bill 355. It's pretty much just like Senate Bill 70, except that it takes away the felony component. So I hope that helps. Now, in the next videos, we're going to cover some more stuff. I'm not going to be on the screen because I got to show you this stuff in the bill so that you can see it directly. All right, guys, we'll see you here in just a couple minutes. Go see Daniel Gade at the Richmond Gun Show if you are in Richmond today, and give him a hand.